to the show, viewers. I'm your host, Colin Sopio, and this is your #1 leading sport channel, Sport and TV. And on set today, I have Coach Maish, who is going to help me break down the transfers that have happened so far. Coach Maish, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We are going today to focus our attention on the major signings that have happened so far in this transfer window. And we will start with Arsenal, which has signed a total of 4 players. That is Lisandro Trossard from Brighton, Jakub Kiwior from Spezia, Salah Eddin Alon, which has been recalled back, and Jorginho from Chelsea. Coaches, so far I think that the major signing that Arsenal has made is they have been able to lure Jorginho into their team. I think that is the most important signing that Arsenal has made. Your take on this, Coach Maish?
Yes, I do believe with their game and what they are pursuing, like they want a premier like never before, so they will go for anything to bring what we call a cover-up for anything, because we can see now more than ever you will have to have a very big squad so that it may make you have what you have, because they are going for the cup and nothing but the Premiership Cup. So I think it's an addition and it's very vital, given that Jorginho didn't have a playing time with the Chelsea. So it's good that it is an addition now that they have him. It is an addition.
It is an addition, of course. Jorginho coming into this Arsenal team is bringing a lot of experience, yes. Keeping in mind that Jorginho has won the Champions League with Chelsea, and he has also won the European competition with the Azores, that is the Italian team. You're taking on this, Coach Maish?
I think they are going to add an impetus onto that squad, given that he is bringing with him the experience and the maturity that any team will need. So I think now more than ever, Arsenal will go out there composed, knowing that they've got every cover for every place. Now I think Jorginho is a good addition, and I do believe he will go a long way into helping Arsenal achieve what they want.
Arsenal achieve what they want. That
yes.
is the word of Coach Maish. And Jorginho coming into this team, Jorginho is a midfield player, a deep line midfielder. Yes. Arsenal has the likes of Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey in the middle of the park. Do you think that Jorginho being an addition, will it really help in terms of position? And do you think maybe it will now cause an imbalance between that Arsenal midfield?
No, when a player comes, it comes as an addition, and as I've said earlier, it brings with it a strong point, because now more than ever, you have somebody who will act on behalf of the others, or he will nurture the young talent, and eventually it will sharpen, like iron sharpens iron. Now I think that will bring the best of Partey and the other midfielders. They will come out well.
Wow. The other midfielders will come in and try to help that midfield of Arsenal.
Yes.
Now, the other major signing that Arsenal has made is Leandro Trossard. He has come in from Brighton and he has set the ground running. So far he has an assist and he's doing really well. Your take on Trossard, Coach Maish?
Trossard is a well-tested player, just like Jorginho. He's been in the Premier League and he is a good player. So I do believe that is also a good acquisition, and they will go a long way. I'm telling you this because now they've got Champions League, they've got the league to compete with. So I think what they need is a large squad to cater for both league and Champions League as they go forward.
Yes. So far, Arsenal has loaned out some players. Marquinhos has made his move to Norwich, and Sambi Lokonga, the Belgium, has made his loan move to Crystal Palace, and Cedric Soares to Fulham. Now, Coach Maish, Lokonga moving to Fulham and Marquinhos, who was just brought in recently when the season started. Do you think that Arsenal will miss the two, Lokonga and Marquinhos?
Now, Arsenal at the moment, I don't think they will need them, because there comes a time when players are fringy players, so that sometimes you can do without them, and sometimes you can take them to another team so that they can gain experience and get the exposure that they need, so that they can bring the best out of them, out of their game. I do believe it's good that they have gone, so that they may get experience.
Experience,
yes.
Experience it is. And Arteta did a good one on this, remembering that the last 2 seasons ago, he let this defender, that is the Arsenal centre-back, to go to France, and he came back a better player. Now, let's move on to Chelsea. Chelsea so far has been one of the busiest teams in this transfer. It has been a flurry of activities for this Chelsea team. They've signed a total of 8 players, and it's January. Coach, your take on this? So many players coming to Chelsea. Your take on this?
Well, I do believe their signing is because of where they are, the position that they are in. But then I think going forward, it's not a team for this season, but they are building a team to compete for the next season. And I do believe everybody is aware of that, because they've got all the players that they need. Even the squad that they had could compete in any league. So I do believe that they are doing that for the next season. And unless you are building for the next season, usually not many clubs do sign players. So I do believe it's because of the future, and it's not because of this season. Yeah.
Potter, of course, is building a team for the future. Now, Chelsea has they've signed up players, very expensive player. Yes. The one that has caught my attention is Enzo Fernandez, the Argentina protege who did wonders in the World Cup, and he was eventually given the young player of the tournament. And it cost Chelsea an arm and a leg. It was more than 100 million pounds. Coach, your take on Enzo Fernandez?
Enzo Fernandez is a good player, because he's a good prospect, given that he's a young, and he's shown that when he played World Cup by being voted the best young player of the tournament. So I think it's good that they are bringing him in Chelsea, and it's a good addition, only that it will have to be tested, because in the Premiership, in the Premier League, there are a lot of things that usually come up, and you see a player might be lauded as the best, and then when he comes, he becomes a flop. So it's a wait and see game, see how he performs. But then it is good, given that now he's the most expensive player in the Premiership.
The most expensive player in the history of EPL, yes. That is after the likes of Grealish. Now, we also have a player that is Mudryk. The young player was signed from Shakhtar Donetsk, and he has come into this Chelsea team. Your expectation on him, coaches?
No, as I told you, these players are coming. I think they are building a team for the future. And I do believe they have concentrated on bringing in young talents, so that they can nurture and bring the best out of them. So I do believe Chelsea at the moment, they are not concerned about now, unless now they want to play the Champions League, because it will be very, very dangerous if they don't play the Champions League. It will be very, very dangerous.
It will be very, very dangerous, yes. If Chelsea don't play Champions League. Another young player who has come into the fold of this Graham Potter's Chelsea team is Joao Felix, the young Portuguese from Atletico Madrid. Coach, your sentiments on this?
Joao Felix is a good player, and as we had analyzed earlier when we were doing the World Cup analysis, we said that those are Enzo Fernandez, Joao Felipe, are players that are coming up, and they are showing their talents, and I think they will go a long way into being one of the best players that we do have in that Premiership.
Of course. Now let's move on swiftly to Manchester United. Manchester United have so far signed a number of 3 players. That is Jack Butland, the keeper, Wout Weghorst from Burnley on loan, and we also have Marcel Sabitzer, the midfielder from Bayern Munich. Coach, your take on Manchester United signing so far?
Well, we didn't have an outright striker, so we needed one. So we went for Weghorst, and that was a good cover-up, given that we had sold most of our Ronaldo had gone. So it means that we had to have a cover over there. So given that Weghorst is a good acquisition, and I think he needs just to settle, and then he will be good to go. And talking about the midfielder from Bayern,
that is Marcel Sabitzer.
Marcel Sabitzer is good because it's a cover-up for Erik Eriksen, who was injured and will be out for 3 months. So I think it's a good cover, and he has proven, and he will help in that area. I do think he's a good player. And going back to the goalie, the goalkeeper,
that is Jack Butland.
Yes, we don't have a much cover-up. We had Houghton.
And Houghton.
Yeah, Houghton. So I think they needed another one just to make a cover-up for that position. Yeah.
Now let's move on swiftly to Manchester City. Man City has not been very busy in this transfer market, and it's unlike them, because Man City have been known to spend a lot in both transfer windows. That is in the January transfer window and the main window, which allows team to sign players when the league ends. And so far they've signed. Actually, they've recalled back a very unknown player, that is Liam Delap, and they've also signed Maximo Perron. Maximo Perron is from Velez Sarsfield. Coach, your take on these 2 players, though I think that we may not have a lot to talk about these 2 players because they are unknown players. Your take on these 2 players, that is Liam and Maximo.
No, I think Man City has the largest squad, and even in addition, even in taking Joao Conceição,
yeah,
going to Bayern, I think it's because they have this huge squad that they are fringe players who think that they are not given time to play. So I think even in addition to those 2, I think they also not have adequate time to play for Man City, because at the moment it is a big squad, and you would not, if I was a player, I wouldn't go to Man City, because I know that I won't have an ample time playing for that team. Yes.
Now, I just have to bring you back a bit to Joao Cancelo, the fullback who has been at the peak of his powers for some time.
Yes.
In that Man City defense. He has been very good going forward. And what does it that he has fallen out with the Man City tactician, that is Pep Guardiola, and he has managed now to move on loan to Bayern Munich. Your take on this? Will Man City really miss this guy, Joao Cancelo?
Now because he went because of lack of playing time. Now I don't think. I think they have cover for every position. As I told you, they are huge. They have a huge squad with them. So I think it won't be a loss. But then I think now more than ever, Joao will flourish in Bayern Munich, because now he's been promised that he will be having time given that most of the players that were playing in that position in Bayern are injured. So I think he is going there to play. Sometimes a player feels that he is being let down when he doesn't play. So everybody wants to play. So I think that's why he went. And regarding the fallout, I don't know. But then I think there is something fishy that is going on in that squad of Man City, given that players are always moving out of that club. It shows that there is something, there is a disconnect between the players and the coach. My take.
Now let's move on swiftly now from Man City, now from the city of Manchester to London. Now we move on to Tottenham under the stewardship of Antonio Conte. Tottenham has only signed a few number of players. That is Arnaut Danjuma from Villarreal. It's a loan deal. And Jude Soonspul-Bell and is from Chelsea, and Pedro Porro from Sporting Lisbon. We also have Martin Druvbaka is making his move back to Newcastle United, previously being after playing for Manchester United in the first leg of the season. Then we have Anthony Gordon from Everton, and we also have Harrison Ashby from West Ham. Coach, your take on this Newcastle team, which has so far been doing very well this season. Coach, your take?
Newcastle are a team for the future. They are building up, and you can see at the moment, now more than 20 years or 25 years, they haven't been in any final cup. So now they are playing. They are playing against Manchester in the final of that Carabao Cup. So I do believe now they have strengthened themselves, and they have this mentality and belief that they can do wonders. It's because of their signing, Marquis signing, and they have done well. And when you meet when you meet Newcastle, you'll know that you have met a Premier League team that is very capable of giving you a beating. In any case, that's now shown in their standing in the Premiership. They are doing very well. I think it's because of their signing, and their addition is also of value because it will help them cement what they have already achieved.
Newcastle, they are doing a lot of wonders this season, and yes, they are in a very good form under the stewardship of Eddie Howe. Now let's move on to Liverpool. So far, Liverpool has only signed one major player, that is the name of Cody Gakpo, the Netherlands attacking forward who was in a very scintillating form during the World Cup. And so far he has not set the ground running for Liverpool. And I think this is the major signing for Liverpool, because most of them have been just recalls from loans, so many players. Now, your take on this signing, moving on towards this season, Coach Maish?
Me, sometimes I look at coaches and believe that whatever they do sign, it will come to help the team. But then, now it is the opposite with Liverpool, because now more than ever, Liverpool is going down the drain. Most of the games they haven't won. They are out of the FA since they were the ones that were won last time. So I do believe when they are making acquisition, I think they should think of areas that they are not doing good. But then I do believe they were good going forward. But then now bringing in Gakpo will it's a good addition. But then they will have, like I said, every player, they should be given time to settle in a team, and then we'll see how good they are. Yeah.
Wow. Gakpo needs time to settle, going by the words of Coach Maish.
Yes.
Now, those have been some of the major transfers that have happened in this January transfer window. And Coach Maish, I'll just bring this back to you. Which team do you think that so far has made one of the best acquisitions so far in this January transfer period?
Now, I do believe At the moment, Arsenal are doing fine because they've got now every cover for every position. Now I think they've done what we say it's a wise signing, and every player that comes in, he has a position. So I think that's how coaches should look at the transfers, and always aid in areas that they are not performing. I think Arsenal are the best, have made the best signing as far as I'm concerned.
Arsenal have made the best signing as far as Maish is concerned. So far, which transfers so far has caught your eyes between the ones that have been signed by the all teams which are participating in the English Premier League? Coach Maish.
Of course, it's the biggest signing of Fernandez.
Enzo Fernandez.
Enzo Fernandez, and that one of Giao, the one that went to Bayern.
That is Joao Cancelo.
Joao Cancelo. Now I do believe those are the things that really caught up my attention, because one is moving out of that club, which is successful, and going to another club that is successful, and Fernandez coming in with a very expensive clause over his services. I do believe that he is young to attract such kind of money. Now I do believe that one caught my attention. Now, going forward, I think Chelsea will have it bad if they don't qualify for Champions League. With such kind of signing, with so much money put in place. Now I do believe they have signed players that are more than the Premiership combined. Now you can see how they spend their money. Now I think it doesn't do them good. Unless it is for the future, as I said. Now, if they don't qualify for Champions League, I think they are in for a hot soup. Yeah.
Chelsea so far have been so busy in this market, and I'll just take you quickly through the signings that they have made.
Yes.
That is David Trato Fofana from Molde. We have Benoit Bashiadile from Monaco. We have Andre Santos from Vasco da Gama. We have Joao Felix from Atletico Madrid on loan. We have Jorginho.Mudryk from Shakhtar Donetsk, and we have Noni Madueke from PSV, and we have from Lyon, and he has just been loaned back again to Lyon. And we also have Enzo Fernandez, now the world expensive player to ever play in the English Premier League. Now, those have been our transfers, and Coach Maish has helped us to break them down.
Yes.
And I think now you are well informed of the transfers so far that have happened in the English Premier League. This is Sporten TV, your #1 leading sports channel. Keep on subscribing, view, and don't forget to leave a comment on the comments section about the transfers so far. Coach Maish, it was nice having you on show.
Thank you. Anytime.
As from Maish and me and the rest of my crew, it's bye-bye for now. Keep on watching Sporten TV.